this intake manifold is gonna have to come off. So it's gonna come off, so you wanna pull that out of the clip. I'm gonna undo these hoses, some of these connectors, all the connectors that are going to the intake. So I'll show you them as I do it, but yeah, and then I'm gonna take out all these 10 millimeters here. On the side, there's gonna be studs with nuts. Connect it like that. As you can see, that one must have been taken off at some point, not put back on. There's another bracket over here. We're gonna take that 10 millimeter bolt out. We're gonna undo this hose and we're gonna loosen this clamp here. And we're just gonna take this whole air box and get that out of the way. Okay, I got the bolt out of here. We're gonna pull this hose off and I loosen this. So we should be able to pull this off. We just wanna pull this sensor off here. Make sure you unlock the right clip there. And we should be able to lift this box up out. I'm gonna set the airbox to the side now. And we're gonna take the throttle body out now. Well, you don't need to take the throttle body off. We're actually just gonna take this bracket and undo that. I'm just taking the throttle body off because I'm gonna be cleaning it because it looks pretty dirty. So these are 10 millimeters, one 10 there and then a 10 at the bottom. And I believe there's 12 holding the bracket onto the head there. And you don't need to take that completely off, you just need to loosen it a bit. Alright, I got the two 10 millimeter nuts there and I loosened the bottom bolt there. We're gonna undo the connectors. You gotta undo the locking tab here and then pull it out. Same with these if they have a locking tab. I got the 10 mil out here. And we got some hoses on the back here. That one's a bit stiff, so I'm gonna need to pull harder. And then we got another one here. To lift this intake out, it's possible to take it out without removing this, but if you remove this bar, it's gonna be a lot easier to lift it out of place. So it's gonna have two 13 millimeter bolts on each end. I already undid that end, one of them broke. And I need to replace the bar because it's rusted. But anyway, I got that bolt out. I just have one more 13 mil. Be careful not to break them because if you do, then you're gonna have to deal with the broken bolts. But yeah, once you unbolt it, just get these clips out. There's just clips holding the plastic in place, and then there should be clips holding wires to the bottom of it. Just make sure you undo those and then we can pull the bar out of the way. Once you have everything undone, you should be able to pull it off the hook right here that's supporting the windshield wipers, and then you can just sit it to the side. And now we'll have more room to lift this intake up out of here. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start taking all these 10 millimeter bolts out and definitely remove this hose. All of the hoses are now removed from the back, so I'm just gonna undo the bolts here. Okay, once you get all those bolts loose, it might help to get them all stood up so they don't get caught as you try to pull it forward out of that pipe. Just gotta make sure those studs clear and the studs on this side clear. And yeah, we're gonna just try to lift her out of place. Here, once you take the intake manifold off, you wanna inspect that gasket. Still looks okay, it's a bit deformed, but you want to cover these holes up. And I'm gonna start unplugging the coil packs because these are gonna come out. So T30 screws holding it in. For the newer engines, 2006 and up, 3.5s, they're gonna have a 10 millimeter and a slightly different looking coil pack, but it's the same engine. As you can see here, there's bit of a leak there through the valve cover. So I undid all the connectors on the coil packs here, and then I loosened all these screws. They're T25s. So So after we loosen it, we're gonna lift up, but we wanna be careful that none of the hardware falls. Gonna lift it out, inspect it. And I'm just gonna lift all 6 out. We're gonna move the wiring harness off of this so we can get these valve covers off. I'm gonna undo the connectors that go into the fuel rail here so we can get this wiring harness out of the way. There's a clip there and there. Alright. We're gonna remove the wires and then undo the valve cover bolts and lift them off here. Okay, so I unclipped the wires all the way around here and then I loosened up the studs. So it's still stuck because it's just been sitting on there for so long, but all the bolts are loose now, and I'm just gonna pull up on it with both my hands. You want to try not to get dirt in the engine. It's really dirty, so I'm going to clean that. The gasket's still on the head. Let's see if we can pull that off without it breaking. Okay. Okay, we got that off. That gasket seems to be okay-ish. And it is definitely a gold color, but it's not the worst in the world under here. Definitely needs an oil change. Just gonna clean all the way around the edges, and then I'm gonna start undoing these connectors and get this side off. Okay, so I was able to unplug these connectors here and peel the wires back. I had to disconnect that connector there. And I pulled out that hose because it was blocking the wire from moving back a little bit. Just plugs in there. And now I'm just gonna undo all the 10 millimeters here. You gotta remember that there's grounds here, so don't lose those. If the cover gets stuck, you may have to pry up on it a little bit. Just be careful not to damage any surface or anything. Ooh, this side's a lot darker. Look at that. I think that's where it was leaking. Here, as you can see, it's wet on the edge. Anyway, as you can see, that's light and that's really dark. Alright, now that I got both valve covers off, I'm going to work on wiping around the edges, making sure that the contact point is nice and clean and dry. And I'm going to clean up the valve covers, and we're going to put some new gaskets in and seal this up. When you have the valve covers off, you want to clean them up good and make sure they have no water, oil, or dirt or any buildup. And you definitely want to clean around the edge and inside the groove too. And once you have inside the groove cleaned up and good, then you can put the gasket in. Still get to clean this one up a little more. And this is the one that wasn't cleaned yet. As you can see, it has a buildup of stuff around the edges, and it has lots of chunks. So you want to make sure they're really cleaned out, because anything that doesn't get cleaned out is going to end up back in the engine. Once you clean the surfaces, then you can slip the new gasket on, and we're going to sit it in place now and start installing them. So I got the valve covers back in place, and they're tightened up, sealed good now. So I'm going to start reconnecting these connectors, and once those connectors are connected, then we can start putting the coil packs in. Make sure you look at the spark plugs, make sure they're good, they're not broken. I just put brand new ones in there. All the wires are plugged back in now. Just gonna clean up the coil packs and then put them back in. Alright, so the coil packs are tightened up, all the plugs are plugged in. I'm gonna clean up the intake manifold now, and we're gonna get that ready to go back in. Okay, so I have it ready for the intake manifold to go back on. I noticed that gasket was on backwards, so I put it the right way. And I'm gonna lift it into place here now and finish bolting it up and plugging in the connector. Alright, once you get everything tightened up, you wanna make sure that everything gets plugged back in. And if there's a little red locking clip on it, you wanna press that down. Now I just need to put the air box in here now. Everything's plugged in the back. Getting close. The last thing to put back on will be the crossbar here that supports the windshield wiper motor under there. And I'm not going to throw mine back in yet because I'm going to be replacing it. But